What's going on, Bethany Church in Area 51? Pastor Dave here. Quick message. First off, to kick it off, I'm so thankful that our back-to-school party last Sunday went so well. We had a good turnout. We saw some new faces. Thank you so much for showing up. And we'd like to invite you back again for Area 51, our youth group meetings this Sunday at 6 p.m. And about that, this Sunday at 6 p.m., we're going to kick it off with a lesson on mental health and God's involvement in your mental health. Little known about me, I am on my peer-to-peer team at my other job, which gave me some good insight to help cope with difficult situations. So what's God's view on mental health? Well, He wants you to be happy, He wants you to be thankful, and He wants you to be part of the kingdom. And therefore, I want you to have as much information about mental health as possible. I put on a grief care class just recently for adults, and I'm going to bring that same level of learning to the kids as well. So to kick off this season of Area 51, this coming Sunday at 6 p.m., we're going to start with a kind of grief care session where we talk about the difficulties that you guys have to go through, how to deal with that, how to help yourself be able to cope and continue to have the most amount of available resources to stay happy, to stay mentally fit. Because that's tough these days. You guys are dealing with so much more than any other generation ever has in the past. That's why it's so important to have God in your hearts. So this message today has to do with that. What if you know somebody that doesn't have God in their hearts and they're curious? What do you have that's so great? Well, I try to give them the 60-second gospel. What's that? Well, it's simple. It's kind of a combination of the gospel messages from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's the message of Jesus. Because God loved the world so much, He gave His only Son, who is both fully God and fully man. Born of a Virgin Mary, He lived a sinless life. He had all the powers of God, yet He chose to die on the cross to take our place for our sin. And that He was killed and He died. And on the third day, He was resurrected to stand later on at the right hand of the Father. He actually revealed Himself to over 500 people in the Bible. And actually those people are documented. So that way, back then in the first century, the first 100 years, people could go and find those other people and ask them about what they saw, because your word was your bond back then. Integrity was important in doing business and doing life. That's the 60-second gospel. I believe that happened. Historians will tell you that Jesus was a real person and He was executed by the Roman government. But I also believe He lived a sinless life. I believe He was fully God and fully man. At the same time, He had all the powers of God, and He chose to take my sin for me. It's amazing to think about somebody choosing to die for you, choosing to take your place. That's what He chose to do. That's why I live my life for Him. That's why I try to take every word of His book and try to commit it to my life. Am I always 100% perfect? Unfortunately, no. However, I try every day. I do a devotional every day. I pray every day. I work every day. Why? Because I want to continue my walk with God. I continue my maturity with God. Continue my understanding of God's laws, God's morals, God's values, and His love for me and His love for you too, guys. That's the 60-second gospel. God came, born of a virgin, lived a sinless life, died on the cross for us, was resurrected, and then ascended to heaven, where He now sits at the right hand of the Father, our advocate. Hope you guys are having a great week. I hope to see you Sunday for our first lesson, which is going to be awesome. It's going to teach you how to cope with difficulty. It's going to be a 4-part series. So join me this Sunday, 6 p.m. at Bethany Church, guys. Hope to see you there. God bless you.